everybody, you ready to break out of White Orchard? This is my second young player video and new players too. Anybody has apprehension on starting New Game Plus, this is going to give you the advantage. Notice that the question marks are gone. I cleaned out everything except those drowners. So what we're going to do later on in this video, we're going to go back and give them a look-see. Because I'm going to climb up. I'm level 55 now. When I kill this Noon Wraith, I'm going to be level 56. Now this is straight up and honest. This Noon Wraith killed me. And I've been playing this game 6 years. I've played it maybe 10, 12 times. And my swords, you see, they have gold dots on them, and my armor, it's all enchanted. I am the maximum strength protection, and it killed me. And I'm going to explain why it killed me. But before I say that, start this battle. It's not edited, by the way. It's a complete battle. If you have any difficulty beating these bosses, go to the easy level. Go to settings and switch it to easy, just the story. All of my videos are on sword and story. Everything is normal. So anyway, he just killed me. So I'm realizing that this Yrden does not protect me. Other wraiths will lock them in their tracks. This Noon Wraith, she will blast right through it and put the hurt on you. So, and I'm going to show you, remember when you fought the Griffin, they were always strongest at first. This Noon Wraith is going to be the same way. So it's going to put the big hurt on my health, and I'm going to show you how I counteract that. I'm not going to tell you, I'm going to show you. That's what makes my channel different. So I'm thinking I have to try the Moon Dust. I haven't tried it. That's recommended in the bestiary. And yeah, she reminds me of my ex-wife. You'll know when you get older and get married. Ex-husbands too, probably, for some of you girls. All right, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to throw a Yrden, but notice I'm using Quinn. Then I'll go back to Yrden. But what I'm going to do is just use Yrden for a sanctuary, because it has no effect on her. She'll blast right through it. Notice that? She won't come in, and when I'm hitting her, nothing's happening. So you know what's going to happen with the boss battle right at first. They're going to put the hurt on you, just like the Griffin. So what do you do when you got the hurt on you? Hit Quinn. Notice she got me again, but see my health? So what am I going to do? I'm going to walk out, run away, roll out. Don't run, roll. Remember, roll away from wolves, roll away from monsters, roll away from red skulls, and roll away from the Noon Wraith. By rolling, I'm eating onions now. If you eat swallow, notice down the bottom left, if you eat swallow, you notice I haven't even hit my thunderbolt. I'm just doing this plain funny. If you eat swallow, your toxicity will get too high. So I'm going to start doing it. I'm going to start eating these 27 onions. And if you notice, they start disappearing. I'm eating a lot of onions. I didn't worry about what food I was going to put, but always eat your food before you swallow. Notice my toxicity, it's very low. That green bar below the red bar. Notice how as I roll around, it can't hurt you. And I'm in the heaviest, slowest armor, but it's enchanted as feline armor, so it rolls like feline and quick armor. But all I do is roll away from it so my health builds up slow. No different than the Griffin. The Griffin, as you know, will fly on you and pop you. You gotta be real careful with him. This is easy. So now I'm relying on my Quinn and my food to rebuild my health. But the longer you fight a boss, a solid boss battle, the weaker they get. Just like the Griffin. So all I have to do now is stay away from it. You see me hitting the map, like I say, it's unedited. I want to get inventory. Now I'm going to try the Moon Dust. If I have it, I keep Superior Grape Shot for the bandits. I keep Swallow and Thunderbolt. Top left, I will put food. But you notice in the bottom left, I have the Wraith Decoction. And I didn't even take it. And when you get too good, you get kind of dumb. You guys are young, you're smart. So before you even start the battle, take the Decoction. Make your old face all ugly. Okay, now I'm looking, starting to roll around. I know it's time to fight again. There's the first shot, nothing. It got a little bit of the cloud on it. The bestiary says to use it. There it is. A little kind of too That one got part of it. Notice that health bar didn't even drop. So, how good is the moon dust? Bleh. It's no good. So, I'm going to use Quinn and an occasional Uridan, but I'm going to use Quinn for extra protection. Because that Noon Wraith can put the hurt on it. And I'm going to add fresh Spectre Oil, because it's turned out to be a long battle. But the longer you make the battle, remember what happens? The weaker the boss gets. See it going, see its health bar going down? And I'm not even inside the Uridan. So I'm realizing I can kill it without the Uridan. Here comes this reflections of itself. Almost there, almost got it. Almost. Watch. I'm going to throw down one more Uridan. There's Quinn, then the Uridan. I'm being cautious. But then I went forward and whacked it out of the Uridan and killed it. I did not kill it inside the Uridan. And see how easy it went down? You guys can do it too. Quinn and Spectre Oil, excuse me, killed that Noon Wraith. The Uridan did not slow it down a bit. And the moon dust was ridiculously useless. So now it's dead. Now I'm going to go back, but before I see that countryman that needs the water for a sick daughter, I'm going to go talk to the daughter. I do it out of habit, even though she doesn't respond. But to do that, I have to load up my torch. So everything's round in circles, loaded up. She's not over here, so it's the other end of the house. Notice how big his house is. Huge in Witcher's standards. But notice, these things you don't see unless you do this. Notice the mother sitting right there next to her sick daughter. So I just told mother and daughter that I have their water and then she's going to live. Now me, I feel better as a player. Now when the NPC offers you money, non-playing character, take it at White Orchard. Take the money at first. Later on, you start getting crowns and opening up the treasures and getting into the story and Velen. You can let them have the gold. Right now, you want the crowns. Because to open up everything in New Game Plus, you're going to need every dollar you can get. Just like they say, if you read online, you got to just open it up. Normally, I don't plunder, I don't loot anything, except weapons and whatever the bandits are carrying or monsters. But in this case, I'm looting everything in the house. Even when the Vizima into the Emperor's Palace, when he gave me the one doublet to wear, I looted the other two. Now notice, here's my next tip, excuse me. 3 points. I'm going to show you guys and girls how to apply your points. Very important in New Game Plus. Remember, you want to kill the monsters. You don't want them killing you. Whenever your monster kills you, the game's no longer any fun. And I wouldn't play this game if I didn't have fun. 10, 12 times later, I'm still having fun playing it. This game is epic. It will last you your entire life. It's just so much fun to play. Now I'm checking that square because it's not red. Notice it's not red, but it's topped out. I'm going to put one there and I'm going to start on the very bottom, which is the maximum strength. Crippling strikes, right there I'm checking, because for some odd reason, that square I'm on right there should be red, but it's not. Now deflecting arrows underneath it, fleet-footed, counterattack, and deadly precision, that all is going to be filled. Completely fill your combat in New Game Plus. So there's my first one. Well, excuse me, the third one gone. Now, I'm going to go to the blue. The red and the blue are your signs. Notice in my loadout in the top right, I have an empty square. It's in the middle above the green dot. I'm not going to fill it out yet. I'm not worried about it. But notice how I'm concentrating on filling the blue. The green and brown, the first 2 rows, to left and right, not up and down. The first left and right rows, see how the green, I'm filling out the second row. Fill all points into your combat, then your signs. That makes you stronger than the monsters. And that's the whole purpose of my 2 young player guides. If you're stronger, you have an advantage over the game, right? You're not letting the game drag you into the next section until you're stronger than the game. And that's the key that I learned in 6, 7 years of playing this. Now I can go into this and I won't even bother applying the Spectre Oil. I won't bother, but you notice it kicked my butt. And if it's going to kick my butt, it's going to kick your butt. But go to easy if you're having difficulty. And you saw I rolled around, rebuild my health eating onions, and then I got the Noon Wraith. So now I'm going to go I'm still looking. What I'm doing, I'm planning. You're actually seeing me look and where am I going to put my next points. That's what I'm doing. I'm studying everything. It's not doing this out of habit. Lightning reflexes, that looks pretty good. I need to improve that. That's at 3 and that's at 4, so I'll max those out. So now my signs, I'm leaving in the green, only the top 2 rows right and left, not up and down. And the brown, just a couple. So I rarely do them. Now, let's go check out the drowners. Here's the key to the drowners. I've gone up 6 levels, 4 levels, whatever, because I've killed everything in White Orchard. But when you still see a red skull, I went back to these drowners, and guess what? They killed me. So I cut that out and re-edited it. And I'm going to come back. I always hit Quinn out of habit. I put exploding arrows on my crossbow, and I shot those drowners just for an experiment. 10 shots to kill a drowner. Supposedly you're supposed to kill a drowner, even in New Game Plus, with 1 shot, maybe 2. So the thing is, the weapons can't kill them. Now, they actually bit me twice and went through my Earth Sign armor, enchanted, and wiped me out. So if they still have a red skull, you check at the beginning of the map and at the end of the map. They still have a red skull, go on with the story, but you're going to remember to come back. Now, I'm in the White Orchard Tavern. Before I go see Vesemir and go into the cutscene, I'm getting out of the Earth Sign armor. I pre-stashed this before I started New Game Plus from the old game. Everything's enchanted. See all the gold dots? I'm going to load up right there in my Witcher armor, because that's who I am. I'm a wolf armor Witcher. That's the wolven armor, excuse me. So after I load it and wear it, I'm going to turn around and drop my Earth Sign armor back in storage. The reason why, I want the least weight I can have before I start looting. Now what I'm going to do when I go out and see the merchant or blacksmith, I'm going to sell what I found. The other armor I don't need, like that right there, none of that. That's going to be sold. I have 1,299 crowns. I'm going to build that up. That's my goal. Now, it's time to go see Vesemir. I got my armor on. And out of habit, before you do, just hit Quinn. Put your extra shield on, because you got to fight all these guys in the tavern. They ain't much stronger than they were in the original game. So here comes Her Highness. And then we're going to go to Vizima. Now, this is very important. That's why I put this clip in. When you're asked by the general about all these people from The Witcher 2, say that everybody is alive. If they're alive, they will expand your game and you'll have scenes with Letos that I never had before. If you say they're dead, not only is Letos not going to go to Kaer Morhen to fight the Wild Hunt, I left them out last time because I had a shorter game. But when you leave their names out and say they died, it shortens your game. It gives you less stuff. I hate that in the CDPR to have dialogue where that gives you like no game at all. Like for instance, with Judy and Cyberpunk, I let her die and I had literally no dialogue with the rest of the game. It's kind of ridiculous. So it's very important, regardless of what you think about these people, even the Elven Queen who became a dragon, they all are alive. Every one of them. So that should be it for my final tips. You've beaten White Orchard, now you're going to break out of it, and you're here in Vizima, and then you're going to open up Velen. Now we'll say I will make another young player's guide in Velen, but I will say you must go to open the Baron's Islands first. There's many ways to get into the Baron's Castle, but to do it you probably have to meet the guys at the tavern. I'd say make friends with them, they let you in. If not, you kill them and you're locked out of the Baron's Island. But all those dialogues now is open. So you beat the game and you're ahead of it. It really wants you to jump with Yennefer, go to Vizima, and leave White Orchard unexplored. That's why I decided to go and kill everything and rank up quick. Because now when I go to Velen, I'm going to have a higher rank than some of those monsters. And it's more fun. And you guys and girls know when a game's more fun, you enjoy playing it. If a game you get killed all the time in The Witcher, you get mad fast. It makes you throw down your controller or whatever and you say, I'm done. I'm just going to do something else. I'll put on another game. This is the only disc in my PS4. I never take it out. I do all my other games online for my channel. and I do the walkthroughs for that. But I always come back to The Witcher. That's why I came here last night and wiped out White Orchard, because like you, I'm ready to break out of it. So I've done it. I've broken out of it. I'm telling the general here that everybody lived, even though they didn't, because it's going to make my story bigger and the game longer. And other than that, I'm ready to put on my woven armor. Oh, here's one last tip. When you come back into the game underneath the hangman tree, you're not going to be wearing your woven armor or whatever armor you have. You're going to be wearing the cutscene armor. Don't panic in New Game Plus. Just stop the horse, change your inventory, and put your regular armor on. And then the next innkeeper you see, sell all that other junk. So that's like I say, guys, you know how to do it now. Your confidence should be much better than what it was. There's less anxiety and there's less mystery. So now all I can say is go beat that game and have fun doing it. Alright guys? So I'll make another Young Players video soon on The Witcher, and I'll see you guys and girls then. Until then, keep on gaming.
Was there a shift in national interest that might have caused that? I don't know where he is. Wouldn't tell you if I did anyway. Blade or no blade to my throat.
I believe that is all. Your signature, please, affirming you stated the whole truth and nothing but the truth on pain of imprisonment or death, etc., etc. Here